Hi everybody, it's Donna, your homegrown gourmet, part of the Gourmet Are Good Enough team along with my sister Diane. Hey Charlie, how are you? I know you're watching. Today I'd like to show you how to do pickled beets. These are end of the season beets that I have in my garden. So I'm going to go ahead and make a really spicy pickling mix and can them. So let's get started. Earlier today I cooked some whole beets in a pot of water, brought them to a boil. And when you cook the beets, you want to leave the skins on. You want to keep a little bit of the top and do not remove the root end, okay? Because otherwise the beets will bleed and you don't want that to happen. So I cooked them till they were fork tender, actually knife tender. Could put a knife in there and it comes out easily. And then I cooled them. Now it's just a matter of me taking my hand and I can rub it across the skin and watch how easily it peels. Isn't that fabulous? And everything comes off. So at this point, I am ready. If I choose to, I can slice these up. I can single layer on a cookie sheet, flash freeze them, and then I can store them in the freezer. But today I'm going to take about 4 pounds or so, and we're going to make a real nice spicy pickling juice, and then we're going to can this. Can have a nice little condiment for my winter dinners. I'm going to get started on my pickling juice. I have in a large sauce pot, I'm going to put in 3 cups of thinly sliced onion, 2½ cups of apple cider vinegar. Pour that in there. 1½ cups of water, 2 cups of sugar, just granulated sugar. I have 1 tablespoon of whole mustard seed. I told you this is going to be spicy. 1 teaspoon of pickling salt. I have a teaspoon of whole allspice, teaspoon of whole cloves, and then a few cinnamon sticks that I broke in half. So that all gets stirred together. We're going to put that on top of the stove. This is coming to a boil. I'm going to go ahead and weigh my beets so that I have exactly, I think I need 4 pounds. Put all the big ones in here first. Yay, 4 pounds. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and slice these up, chop them up, and get them ready for our pickling liquid. I'm using a glove. They smell so darn good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so all the beets have been cut, and now we're going to add them to the stock pot just to heat them through. And that's why I told you have to start with a really large stock pot. So all of these beets are going to go into this pickling liquid. I'm going to heat it through, and while that's getting warm, I'm going to get my jars out and then get ready to can. All right, to make life easy, I pre-sterilized my jars, and then I've kept them in a warm oven. It's 175 degrees. And the reason I do that is so that I don't have to go through that process of making them hot and playing around with the boiling water. So now my water bath is on top of the stove, and that is almost to a boil. So it looks to me like my timing is pretty good today, and I'm very happy about that. So this recipe is from Ball's Blue Book. It's canning, freezing, dehydration, and I follow it religiously because you can't go wrong with that. So we're leaving 1/4 of an inch headspace. That's what we have to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to ladle our beets. I have to pull the cinnamon out when I get to it. Hopefully I'll see it before I put it in a jar. Okay, so the canning instructions said to pack it to within, 1/4 of an inch from the top, okay, which I have done. Really packed it in there. Now we want to remove the air bubbles. So I have a nice long bamboo skewer, and I'm just going to move that around there, get all the air bubbles up, and then we're just going to top it off with enough liquid to reach 1/4 of an inch. Okay, Perfect. We have to give our jar a really good wipe. We want the seal to be really good, so I'm going to wipe the top. We put on a warm lid and then screw on one of our caps. Finger tight. Okay, one down, 4 more to go. And I'm taking my time, folks, because I don't want beet juice all over me.